everybody, welcome to the live show. It's Wednesday evening. I hope everybody had a great day. What a wild swing in the market, that's for sure. It was way down early, then up this afternoon. It was crazy, that's for sure. So let's see what's going to be popping tomorrow. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence, and let's see what that heat map looked like. There you go. Look at NVIDIA, Tesla, Google. They're all popping back. Microsoft was still down. SPY finished up today. It was down, what, $11 this morning? I mean, look at these things. That's a crazy swing right there today. It's low was 678. Its high was 688. So that's a $10 swing right there. So that was cruising along, not looking too bad right there, bouncing right back up. Your Qs look pretty good right there, I must say. So they look like they want to bounce right back up. And then your IWM over here wasn't looking too bad. And remember, I said this one actually didn't look bad out of them all. And there you go. Look at that thing. That thing was cruising up. They all took a nice little dip between like noon and 2, and then got ripping at the end of the day right there. So that is what the market looked like in the indices. Let's go ahead and look at our futures since they work now, and let's see what happens right here. That's what the Dow and the S&P all look like. Let's see. And the overnight is up a little bit, 0.25% on the S&P. So there you go. That's what it looks like, and these are accurate right there. And that's the Nasdaq. That is up a little bit, 0.34%. So there you go. And your VIX is probably down a little bit, and it certainly is, and it's pulling back right there. So that's what they look like. In your UVXY right here, let's see what's going on over here. And that was pulling back today. So it looks like they're dipping down, and it looks like the market wants to continue its way up there. So there you are, Laptop Travel. Nice show today. Big winners for our community, that's for sure. We did mention MU. That got ripping. Look at that in the after hours. Still ripping up there. AMD was a big one right there. That got ripping. UAMY, that was ripping in the morning, guys. That got up there and cruised. So there you go. That one worked out pretty well. It may even pop up a little more tomorrow. It did pop up at the end of the day with everything else right there. And USAR was another one that ran up today early this morning. We were looking at that. So a lot of them worked out pretty well. And I know that Laptop Travel gave out this PAVM right here this morning, and this thing ran like 400% right there. I gave out 100%er. Which one was it? I just posted it, and I totally forget which one it is. Hold on. I got to now look and see what the heck it was. I totally forget. Let me see. GITS right here. I gave that one out in the penny stocks, and that one went over 100%. Look at that bad boy. That one went cruising from, what, 91 to 299 right there. So all kinds of good ones, I must say. So there you go, with a lot of good poppers that we were giving out between the note, the live show, and everything else. That's what goes on in the Discord. Even when Ben's on vacation, he's still on there trading, and we're still crushing it there. ONDS was up early, too. We gave that out, and that could bounce right back up tomorrow. So it is an interesting look right here. Let's go through the market, see what's going on. We'll cruise right through and see what's happening here. Obviously, a bounce back day, and we'll check and see what wants to be popping tomorrow. I'll tell you what wants to be popping tomorrow. I already mentioned it in the Discord. ARM right here. That's looking pretty strong, Luis Rodriguez. I do look like that look right there. And it's up almost $2 in the after hours right there. So there you go. Another one popping up. So all kinds of good ones right there. And let's get cruising right here. Who's all ready for this big old storm coming up on the East Coast? I mean, it's like half the country is about to get smacked, from like Texas to Georgia. Everybody in between, Chicago, all of you guys up there, and then coming into the East Coast, and pretty much the entire East Coast, I think. Even Florida possibly might get something. I don't even know. I know Georgia's getting hit with some ice. Maybe Florida's going to be spared from the ice, but it is cold in Florida, and we're talking some crazy weather coming our way. It's like Armageddon, guys. I mean, this is pretty wild right here. So we're definitely keeping our eyes open for the weather as well. So we'll track the weather, we'll track the stocks, we'll see what's going on and what's going to be a bigger popper here. What do you guys think? So let's go through the market and see, and then we'll check out the weather map and see what that looks like. ONDS, like I said, did run up early this morning. As you can see, we nailed this one early. It did pop up there. It did have some good pullback, but then ran right back up at the end of the day, and looks like it could continue to pop up there tomorrow. So that could be a good one. Galaxy right here. This could be cruising right back up with Bitcoin trying to recoup itself right here. So look at that. Looks like it's curling up in the market, curling back. So, and Trump, he did say today that the market's going to double in a short period of time. So I would take his advice every time he says something like that. It usually happens. He kind of knows something, I think. I think he knows what goes on behind the scenes, perhaps. And ASTS did take that dip there, Rhett. Rhett was talking about this big dip right here and wanted it to happen. And there you go, Rhett. So I didn't even notice that it took that big of a dip. I saw someone talk about it, but it did dip down. I guess I did watch it dip down today, and it is trying to recoup, but not 100% right there. So there you go. That one did pull back. A lot of good pullbacks there today. UMAC right here did pull back pretty well, touching that support, and could easily bounce right back up there, Sam. So it was a glorious day. You played MU up and Q's down, missed the chance to ride them back up again, but that's all right. Good job, Sam, there. And nice calls. And yeah, we were crushing it in that mark in the morning right there. It was a beauty. So that is what we do just about every single day. Sam, you're always in there hanging out. Laptop Travel knows. Everybody knows what we do in that Discord. So if you want to have any questions, and I think there's still a couple spots left for 50% off. I tweeted it out, but it was the promo code's 1 month, all one word, the number 1 month. And if you want to click on my link tree, you can hop on there or hit me up with a DM. I'll shoot you the link and you can get in there with the promo code. And it's 50% off the first month. So you can check it out if you want and see how it works out for you. So there you go. That opportunity is there. And like I said, only limited spots left at this point. We did get a few people that were interested in it. So they did sign up. And there you are. So red wire right here pulling back. And let's see, bouncing off the 20 tomorrow. That could be a decent bounce back. We'll see how that one wants to react. Rocket Lab was pulling back. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit more. I want to see red wire in the after hours right here. It did touch that 20. Let's look at Rocket Lab right here because that touched the 22 and coming back down. Let me see. Red wire didn't come back down yet. LMT Lockheed Martin still up there and not looking bad. So just checking out things right there. But there you go. And that's what Rocket Lab, red wire, they could be pulling back a little bit. How about our nuclear right here? It was just kind of hanging out. It did pull back a little bit, but I think it rebounded itself, as you can see at the end of the day. Just about everything did this kind of pattern right there today for the most part. And nuclear not looking terrible at the end of the day right there. Oklo right here, let's look at it. That was up a little bit, and that ran in the after hours. So there you go, an SRM. SMR, it is SMR, and that's at new scale, and that looks like it's setting up. So perhaps nuclear is looking good right there. I would say check out nuclear stocks tomorrow. They're still looking pretty good at the moment. And let's continue to cruise on to that was Oklo EOSE right here. That was trying to bounce back up there. It looks like it's trying to crawl up. Just be careful. It has that resistance right there, about 1904, but still another good dollar to go. So you can keep an eye on EOSE. And iron was down today, pulling back, but that could be a little dip and rip look as well. And CRMLs at critical metals, that did pull back. That could be pulling back a little bit more. We'll have to watch these metal ones because MP was pulling back there, and that looks like it could pull back a little bit more as well. And UAVS kind of hanging out after that big pullback. I would say a UAVS could be getting set back up right here, guys. So maybe one to take a peek at tomorrow to see if it is getting set up. RGTI pulling back there. And let's take a look and see what our other quantum and computer hardware ones are doing. And QUBT right here was down a little bit. QBTS. And that was down a dollar. That's a D-Wave Quantum. And QMCO, we always looked at this one, but I put IO or RGTI on there first. And that one's just kind of getting set up. So all these guys are kind of pulling back. Here's your Defiance Quantum ETF. And that one is up. Looks like that one wants to roll up and keep going. QSI wasn't looking too bad today. That looks like it's getting ready, guys. If you want to see one trying to get set up, that perhaps is going to get there. Look at this thing. Yeah, hitting the 20. I think QSI's getting ready. It's been down there for a while. We've been looking at it do nothing, and IONQ is pulling back and hitting that trend line. Could be a nice little dip and rip there. Our cat running up a little bit more right there. And then, of course, our good old friend Z Space up 3 cents right there. So there you go. AREC, there you go. Remember this bad boy, that coking coal one. Wow, look at that thing. That's running up. Not looking bad. Let's see. AMR dipping down. AREC looking good. And that one's not. That one's all right. And SXC right there, not looking too bad. But AREC not looking bad. And that is your coking coal sector right there. So, yeah, that one was looking pretty good. Laptop travel, I must say. And let's continue on through our list and see what else we see that's looking good. Open door right here. It's trying to open the door back up. It's setting up down here. And I think it will get rolling off of there. It looks like it want to. Obviously, tomorrow's Thursday. So only a couple days left to the end of the week. So we'll see what it wants to do to set up at the end of the week here. And Nasdaq was down a little bit, but this one's not looking bad to try to get set up as well. It is rolled over. It looks like it's going to roll off the MACD and start going back up relatively soon. I don't even know what I just typed in there, but Hertz right here. That's up. That's not looking bad. Remember we were saying this was kind of getting set up, so I guess it's finally going to run right here. So Hertz driving its way up finally. It did take a little while for it to get moving, but finally rocking and rolling now. So there you go, HTZ. And you can keep an eye on that tomorrow. See if it wants to run up over that 200 at $6, 603 area. And then it can get cruising up a little bit more for HTZ. And then our Chipotle right here, CMG, was up a little bit. Slowly but surely, that does look like it wants to go up a little bit more. And then Cracker Barrel was down a little bit. It did run up a little in the after hours. And we'll have to see what good old Cracker Barrel's up to in the morning, how that wants to go, if it does want to roll off the MACD or come through. If it comes through coming down, it's in major trouble, guys. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. You know, I'll be watching it. How about your oil running up another 20% today, guys? So here you go at your natural gas. We talked about it yesterday. UNG as well, up 10%. So we mentioned both of them last night. If you were watching the show, you saw that. And Gush right here, the oil and gas ones, are running up as well. ExxonMobil was up today, and that does look pretty good. Looks like it could continue to run, so you can keep an eye on ExxonMobil. That could be a runner, a little momentum guy tomorrow. And obviously, Boyle and Gush still looking good. Plug right here wants to plug away. It was dipping today. Almost looks like a dip and rip look to me, guys. So keep an eye on this good old plug. That could get bouncing right back up. PLUG. And that's an electrical equipment company right there. And QuantumScape right here. Let's see. This one's looking pretty good too, I must say. So QSI not looking bad. I would say QuantumScape looking really good right there. That one could continue its way up there tomorrow. So QS not looking bad. And let's see. I think Rocket Mortgage was down again today. RKT, it was dipping down. And there you go, into the 21s. I did say it was going into the 22s. Now you're at the 21s. We'll see if it can bounce back. And I hope Zach did lock in those profits up there because it did run pretty well. IMRX right here. That is trying to roll. This is that what is it called? Crap, I forget what it's even called, but they have pancreatic cancer medicine right there. And their studies I thought were really good. And it does look like it's trying to set back up and try to get rolling again. So there you go with IMRX. And we're definitely going to keep that one on the list. And Lucid went crazy today. Look at that bad boy jumping up. What did Rivian do? And that one barely jumped up. So Lucid, look at that thing. I don't know what happened today. At 6:45, announced an expanded collaboration with Rockwell Automation, deploy factory talks and some other stuff going on there at Lucid. So they did blast off today, and it doesn't look too bad for tomorrow. Rich Tech Robotics look pretty good as well, and that could continue its way up there. That could be a good play there tomorrow for RR. Good old Rich Tech Robotics looking pretty good. Galt, Joseph Levy's Galt setting up. It was up today. Look at this thing. That looks pretty good to get set up. Keep an eye on GALT. Remember we were saying it was bottoming out right there. That has a lot of room to make up after them dips, so that could be fun like this one running up today. And that is FUN. Six Flags Laptop Travel was liking this. And there it goes. It is looking pretty fun. So It's rolling up there, not looking bad. And let's see what good old play is doing. Dave and Buster's this evening was up 2.5%. Not looking too bad. Fun, I think, looks a little more fun right there to run up some more. So you can keep an eye on them. And ASPI is at ASP Isotopes. That's just kind of sitting there. It looks like the 20 and 50 are meeting up, and it does want to run. I'd keep an eye on that tomorrow, as a matter of fact, that ASPI. I recently traded it. USAR right here. We did lock in some profits this morning on it. So there you go with that one. And we also locked in profits on UAMY right here this morning. And that one could run back up there tomorrow. Just keep an eye on it. We'll see what it wants to do. Your 4U's right here, Energy Fuels. That was dipping down. It's in the top. And we'll see if it wants to stay in the top there. Lockheed Martin was jumping up. We were looking at it. Looks like it wants to run up some more right there. And Fly right here was down. I think Fly could be a great opportunity. That's in a bullish trend right there. Look for it to come back down into the 25. Yeah, that does look like maybe 26, 25 right there. And then it could fly. And CELH right here dipping down a little today, but that one's recently been running up. It's in the top. ARM right here, I mentioned it, like I said in the Discord at the end of the day. It moved up in the after hours. It was looking good. We were talking about it this morning, saying it looked strong. So there you go. I mentioned it in the Discord this morning as well. And I thought it was looking pretty good again in the after hours or at the end of the day to run up more tomorrow. So there you go with that one. And that is ARM and AMPX right here was looking pretty decent as well. And it was running around all day today. Looks like it was moving up in the after hours, so you can keep an eye on AMPX. We were talking about that. Fubo right here actually trying to come back. It was down this morning, and that looks like it could go ripping tomorrow. So maybe they'll finally have some news right here. I'm not sure. We're waiting to see if Fubo does come out with some any kind of news. And I think they need to have like deals with somebody. I forget. It's a news or a broadcasting company. So I don't know what's going on there. You guys know I have no idea about the news too much, but I know they're expecting some PR or something to happen. So that's what you're waiting for Fubo. And the chart does look pretty good. SAFX right here. Somebody asked me on StockTwits to check this one out again. And let's see what it's up to right here. It's just kind of pulling back. It doesn't look like it's doing anything too crazy at the moment anyway. So definitely have to keep an eye. It's curling up, curling down, just a mixed look right there. And like I said, nothing too bizarre or out of the ordinary for that one. And Amaze right here. This one looks pretty amazing as it was running up there today and could continue its way up there tomorrow. So you guys can check that one out in the morning. AMZE right there, K-Dog, and we'll check that out beyond. And Amaze right here, that could be a good one in the morning. Laptop Travel and everybody else, so check that one out. And that Canan right here was trying to bounce back up and looks like it's in a way better position right here after that dip to roll off the MACD. So there you go with CAN. And that Meta Planet, I have to look at over here, MTPLF right there. Meta Planet looking a little better. It should roll right off the MACD there. And obviously with crypto looking a little better, and we can go ahead and look at crypto. Bitcoin's about to get back to 80 or back to 90. It's at 89.9 right there. So not looking too bad. And Ethereum's at 3,000. It's back over 3,000. Let's put it that way. 3,015. Solana's at 129. Cardano's at 36. Chainlink 1247. Stellar's at 21. Ripple's at $1.95. So there you go, according to the stock cube. And like I said, it's just way easier for me to see the prices on the stock cube. I love that thing. And Ethereum right here. I can look at the charts over here, but the prices are hard for me to see. I don't know why, but I can see them nice and clear on that bad boy. But there's Ethereum. It looks like it's trying to make a little base bottom right there again to get rolling back up. Ripple not looking too bad to try to make that curl up. And howdy, Luis Rodriguez. And there's your Solana right there. Looks like it wants to try to curl back up. So there's Chainlink, and all of the other ones look basically the same. And again, they moved them all around on me. So they're all out of a different order and all crazy to me. But anyway, that's what they look like at the moment. Even TAO right there, not looking too bad. Infinite quantum, whatever the heck it's called. That was that. I just remembered it actually after yesterday. We were talking about it. I said, what was the name of that? The prop shop, and that's the name of it, Infinite Quantum. And It just took me 24 hours to remember that, guys. Look at that. It just came to me literally. I don't know how, but we were looking at that TAO, and then I just kind of remembered what it was. So there you go. I guess my brain's starting to work a little bit better sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, my long-term memory works pretty well, but forget about my short-term memory. Mimi right here looking pretty decent, though, there today. Moving up in the after hours, Doge Mom and I. Not sure if you were checking it out today, but it does look like it's trying to curl up. It is looking pretty good right there for MI, and MOBX. Let me see what that's doing. I did see that up a little bit. Maybe it can get popping there tomorrow. If not, we might wait until next week when that trend line comes down. If it waits for that, it'll get really cruising right there for MOBX, but it might try to take off before that. Here's your Neuro One Medical Technologies and NMTC, and that was jumping around today, and I do think that's getting set up right there. So keep an eye on that. We've obviously know about that company. And Wolf Speed right here is WOLF. It was down a little bit. We'll check it out. It looked like it was trying to set up down here yesterday, but it did dip down a little bit. So we'll look at it tomorrow. Maybe that's a good dip and rip. And that wheeler we looked at last night, a reverse split, that was running today. I did see that bad boy. And that looks like it could continue its way up there. So keep an eye on WHLR there for tomorrow. That's looking pretty good. Good old wheeler. And let's see, FMSC was up a little bit. Remember, I said that guy Zalmi, the great stock picks he goes by or whatever. He had this, he was talking about this bad boy, and look at that. That was up today and still looking pretty good. So that was looking nice. And Nix right here is looking good. Stock Authority had mentioned this before. We were looking at it. Now look at it. This would be the spot right here, guys. NIXX, that could be setting up. And you could take a look at that one tomorrow. So just giving you a little bit of everything right here. Give you the big caps, the small caps, the pennies, everything in between, even crypto. We do it all on the show. And Soar right here, he was also mentioning this one. And I'll take a look at this in the morning and see when it wants to start to soar again. SOAR. So we'll look at that. It's just kind of pulling back. But that Nix isn't looking too bad right there. How about our couple from Michael Anthony, ABEO right here. That one's just a little flat there today in that channel, not doing much. D-Lo wasn't doing a whole lot either, but it's sitting on that support. Maybe it tries to bounce up. LW was up today a little bit more. Remember, I was saying I should get back into it, but I didn't, honestly. And it is moving up slowly but surely. But that could get popping, guys, so you might want to keep an eye on that. NUEC right here was running up uranium energy, and we've been talking about that one. So there you go. And let's go ahead and look at our Jolie's jams right here. Here is Rhythm, and that one is still down there. Maybe it tries to make a base down there. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's doing anything crazy yet. MSOS is the other cannabis one, and we'll check out Tilray real quick. And they're all just pulling back, nothing real crazy in the cannabis space at the moment. And Blink charging a little bit down there and could have a little pullback. That looks like as a setup period. Sezzle was down, and that could be trying to set back up, guys. Looking at that today, look at that look. That looks a little crazy off the 50. So definitely keep an eye on SEZL. And your Sterling right here. Look at this thing. It does love to run, doesn't it? And there you go. Keep an eye. Sterling right there could be a good one tomorrow. As a matter of fact, STRL could continue to cruise up, and that one we look at often. And obviously, it is running up. Rivian, I was just talking about, that could be bottomed out there. Especially you had Lucid running up pretty big, and Rivian not looking too bad right there. So keep an eye on Rivian tomorrow. And Luis Rodriguez said he's working on the Michael Anthony stock pick list. Let's see how it performs over time. And let's see. Still working on the transcript for you. Oh, you know what? I forgot about that thing. I do have to do that, huh, Luis Rodriguez? Thank you. I wrote it down the other day. I was watching videos, and I didn't even figure out how to do it yet. And I do have to figure that out, huh? I totally forgot. Transcript, or what is it called? Like closed caption or the caption or whatever the heck it's called. And yeah, I was trying to watch videos on it. I know Laptop Travel had mentioned it, and I still don't even know what I was supposed to click on yet, but let me figure that out. Thanks for reminding me, Luis Rodriguez, about that. I totally forgot. So there we are. And here we go. That's Rivian and Symbotic right here down a little bit today and hitting a little support line. So we'll see if that wants to bounce back. There you go. It's your Jolie's Jams. And let's go ahead and see what that laptop travel list looks like. We'll look at the SPY and the Mag 7, the big caps, all them guys. See what's going on. Of course, K-Dog will look at Beyond and see what you guys want to look at. And then we'll see what else wants to be popping there tomorrow. So we'll just cruise right through the show. We'll make them quick. We have a crazy storm. We should talk about the weather. Honestly, that might be more volatile than the market right now. We have the market is absolutely insane. I'm telling you what, it's absolutely exhausting keeping up with this market. I mean, when you see something like this, guys, let's just look at the SPY real quick, for example. And it ran up this morning. Then it came down afternoon. It stayed down, and then it went cruising right after what 2:30 or so. It was around 2:27, right around there. Yep. And then it went blasting off again. It's like, holy cow, you can barely keep up with this thing. It is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, it went from way down to way up, and again, it gapped way down from yesterday. So that thing was down. The SPY to Qs everybody, and somehow they ended up on top. The market was completely red. And now look at it. It's all green. Microsoft's a little red, AVGO, but they'll probably flip around too. Right there. And speaking of which, let's go through and see what we're looking at. And again, the SPY was up. Qs were up. They're looking pretty good right there, I must say. And IWM was still looking good. And we thought so yesterday. Oh, wait, we were supposed to look at our laptop travel list. Hold on. Let's go back here. Let's put it in reverse. Go back to the laptop travel list real quick. Go through that real fast, and then we'll go over back to our SPY and Qs and the Mag 7. I got sidetracked. I think I got a little ahead of myself. But AGH right here, I'll run right through these charts. You can look at them, see what we have in mind here. APUS looks pretty good right there. And BNGO is that Bio Nano. That looks pretty good too. All them two look really good. APUS, BNGO looking good. How about Bond Natural Life right here? That's been down for a while. Break up that or make that chart bigger right there, and it's curling up, not looking too bad. That's a China company right there. BON, CWD. That is Caliber Cost right there. That's been way down as well, and that's curling up. So a bunch of good ones right here. Laptop Travel, GIGM. That's Giga Media. We've talked about this one, and there you go. That's a pretty good setup. That should continue to run. And JZXM N is a China auto dealership one. And it is trying to get out of the basement right there. So that's interesting. JZXN. And it is what? Auto and truck dealerships in China. And MBRX right now is Molecule and Biotech. That looks pretty good. So that was up over 11%. Could continue its way up tomorrow. You had this one on the list right here, PHGE, and it was running up today. I did see that one, so that was good, and it looks pretty good to continue. And RYOJ right there is a Japanese one, and I know we looked at it the other day. I just remembered, like I said, how the hell do you pronounce this thing? What letters are silent right there? The R, the Y, I don't even know. No idea, but that looks like it's trying to curl up right there. And let's see, I can't understand what I wrote, but it could be it's got to be SCWO right there. 374 water. I don't know what it is, but it's a pollution treatment controls. Not familiar with it, but that looks pretty good right there. Sometimes these all run together. Let's just see. ARQ looks really good right there. That's already up. That pulled back. Devs right there is one. ERII looking pretty good as well. And let's see what else this is up to right here. That does look good, and that's the one we were just looking at. So a couple of them look pretty decent right there for them pollution ones. So you can keep an eye on them. Couple that we just looked at, and that's why SNYR Synergy right here is spiking around, trying to curl up as well. And TIRX is another China small cap one, and this one is just hopping around in that channel. It'll probably stay in there for just the time being. This one's a UK one, UOKA, and it's a United Kingdom lodging one. And this thing has some wild spikes. Remember, we used to look at this all the time. It had some crazy spikes before, all the time, every day. VGH just spiked up today and had a crazy one. Can't really see exactly what it wants to do there tomorrow, but it could spike around. VGAS, Verde Clean Fuels right here has been running up. It's in that channel as well. And that Walton Financial, WTF, Walton Financial, whatever it is. And that's trying to curl up. It was up today, and that's going to kind of run relatively soon right there. So there you go with your laptop travel list. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. And now we can go through our Mag 7 SPY and Qs. We just looked at all them. So let's go jump into our Apple right here. It was trying to jump back up. It's up a little bit in the after hours. As you can see, it did try to run up. And we'll see what Apple wants to do tomorrow. I mean, it doesn't look perfect unless it just gets like shooting out of the basement and goes flying, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So we'll see what these guys want to do in the morning. Let's see what Amazon's up to right here. Good old Amazon trying to I guess make itself steady as it's coming down here. There's a good support, so I would say it's just making itself steady, like parachuting its way down. I don't think it's going to bounce like crazy tomorrow. I could be completely off, but it doesn't look like it. Google could bounce up tomorrow. That doesn't look too bad, so that could get a nice little bounce. Meta had been way down. That's bouncing up today, and that could continue to bounce up tomorrow. And then Microsoft was way down today. Not sure exactly what happened with Microsoft, but I did see it dipping down. I know Intel and a bunch of other ones were running, so maybe that affected Microsoft right there. I have no idea, to be honest with you. And the video was running up a little bit today, and they had something going on. What the heck does that even say? House Foreign Affairs panel advances the bipartisan bill to ban NVIDIA's Blackwell AI chip sales to China for 2 years and expand congressional oversight. And something else. That's a lot to read. So I have no idea. Someone's going to have to read that and we'll see what it says. And then we'll figure that out right there. So there you go. With NVIDIA, we'll see what it wants to do there tomorrow. And Tesla was trying to bounce back up today. And that actually looks pretty good right there on that support line. So there you go. With your Mag 7, how about AMC hanging out down there? But GameStop was looking good. And the CEO, Ryan Cohen, he is buying, what, 500,000 more shares. And he's going to own like 9.2% of the company or whatever. And we did look at that today. And we've been saying it was getting set up. So I guess that's what it was setting up for right there. Chewy right here is down, not looking that great. And Unity was up a little bit. And it looks like it's trying to go up a little bit right there. So we'll keep an eye. Netflix trying to bounce back. Anyone catch the dip on this thing? Because that was a nice dip. We were talking about it this morning in the Discord. Look at that thing. It wasn't bad, and it's even cruising up right there in the after. That thing could even get cruising there tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Maybe it runs back up Netflix. So we'll see what that wants to do. AVGO is down a little bit there today, but that could easily bounce back. You know that loves to bounce up and run big. MU is just unstoppable right here. Look at that thing at 395 in the after hours. It's going over 400. And there you go. So MU's been in beast mode, that's for sure. And TSM was trying to bounce back in the after hours, and that could try to bounce back there. SMCI trying to run back up. It is hitting the 50 again, and we are getting cruising. It does look pretty good again. So there you go at SMCI. You can keep an eye on that one. And AMD was a big runner there today. Look at that bad boy running up. We do love AMD, and I think that continues tomorrow. So keep an eye on AMD, obviously. That's a beauty. MU's a beauty. They've been great right there, them two. And let's see what else is going on with QCOM. This one should try to bounce back up down here, so keep an eye on that. Snow not looking too bad down here and should try to make a base to run. And PayPal, this one was trying to bounce back up. It's way down there. That could be a good opportunity down there, to be honest with you. Intel was ripping today. Look at that thing ripping up. And it finally got over that 54.91 area in the after hours. At 54, it finally got over this 450 area is what I meant to say. And it's at 54.91 in the after hours. And that could continue to run some more tomorrow. So there you go with Intel not looking bad right there. And we were talking about that. Dell, I'm telling you, Dell is going to get set up. It had that nice dip, probably a good opportunity. And IBM ripping up there. So a lot of these guys running right back up. Palantir still dipping down, and it's touching that support line. That could get set back up if you like Palantir. Sophie right here, not too bad, trying to touch that support line as well. And we'll see how that wants to set up. Mara Riot and CleanSpark, they should start looking a little better with Bitcoin running up. Riot was pulling back right there, but I think tomorrow it'll look a little bit better. And let's see what CleanSpark's doing here. It was just kind of hanging out, so there you go with them. And obviously, MicroStrategy will run up tomorrow if Bitcoin's running up as well. So there you go with them. And let's look at Robinhood right here. That's up a little bit. Coinbase was down, and Bull was down as well right there. So let's see if Bull can get lucky now off a 777 area and get running pretty big. So That's what we want to see with bull. Space right here is going to get set up. I'm telling you, it looks pretty good. Boeing was up a little bit today. It's still in the top. I probably wouldn't be chasing that. And DJT was up a little bit there today and kind of hanging out, has a little resistance above it. Here's your Nike right here. Nike looks pretty good. That looks like it could be running up. Watch that tomorrow. That could continue to move. McDonald's was trying to bounce back up today. Look at that one trying to curl back up as well. And then we have Disney. Disney actually trying to bounce back up too, Luis Rodriguez. Check out Disney. Not looking bad there. Oxy right here. That looks pretty good as well. That could roll right up there. ExxonMobil was up. That was running, and that did look pretty good, and it looks pretty good to continue its way up there. CVX right here up a little bit as well. And there you go. That's what we're looking at. DXYZ was down, and that is pulling back. And there you go. And that's what our list looks like. And then let me go through and see what you guys want to look at and what else we have going on over here. Let's see what our news stories look like over here. Stocks gain, gold falls as Greenland tensions ease, because Trump did say he's not going to use violence or whatever he said to take over Greenland. So everyone was excited. And Trump's tariff reversal sparked a market rally. But the violent swing in stocks is a warning of what lies ahead for investors. Dow, S&P 500, Nasdaq futures climb after Trump's Greenland whiplash, and stock futures rise after major averages rebound on easing tariff fears. Trump calls off tariffs on Europe over Greenland. So there you go. I mean, it's so crazy, guys. He calls tariffs, the market dips, then he calls them off the next day, it rips right up. And Luis Rodriguez, I think we did catch the pattern there, that's for sure. And let me see what you guys are looking at over here. We were talking about AREC and MU and fun and KOU. Can I spell laptop travel here? I'll just type it in. You guys spell KORU. That's South Korea one. Look at this thing. It just continues to rip up. It went up $33. Holy cow. That thing just ripping right there. Laptop travel. And you called that thing way back here and said it was going to do well. And it certainly did. So nice call on that one, that's for sure. And BYND right here, your Beyond Meat, K-Dog. Let's see what's going on with good old Beyond Meat, see what it wants to do, BYND. Let me take a better look at it. I mean, it's just kind of hanging out down there. Could it roll off that MACD? There's a very high probability it will, especially if the market wants to run. You can see it looks like it wants to get into a bullish trend. It just has to get back into this channel and 20 curl up for it. So, yeah, I can keep an eye on that. But it doesn't look bad to get set up. I don't know if you're going to get popping tomorrow, K-Dog. But it could get set up right there. Not looking too bad. So there you go at that. I'll look at it and see what it looks like there tomorrow for good old Beyond Meat. And let's see, BYND right there. And let's see what else is going on. What did I just like hit something? I don't even know. But anyway, it's all good. The more things still on. Yeah, it's all good. So, all right, here we go. Let me cruise through. Apple's way oversold with the RSI at the 20. That bounce at the average 38 retracement to 243. If it goes much higher from here, I think Apple could have a huge bounce right there. Obviously, look at it. And yeah, it has the down there 234. You have a little what is that? The 200 down there, but yeah, probably have good support in other places, I'm sure. Let me just see. And you have a little bit of support right there, 236. We'll see how much it wants to come down. It could dip down some more right there, Apple, like I was saying, unless it gets just like curled up and ripping right there. I don't think it's going to, but it is way oversold and way down there. 243 was the breakthrough level on September 19th and has retested the support level twice and gone higher. So there you go. Luis Rodriguez has a couple ones right here. How are you, Michael Anthony? Domino's Pizza, DPZ. That's trying to bounce right back up. How about Deckers right here? And that's trying to run up. DECK, TM, Toyota Motor. We were talking about it last night. Trying to start your cold engine right there. And there you go. And this Madison Square Garden. Holy cow. This thing is still in the top. I'd be careful at this point, but wow, what a run up that was. LLYX. That's Lily Ellie, the ETF, and whoa, that thing looks like it's going to run too. Let's look at Lily Ellie, and that's running up as well. So there you go. I would say that LLYX isn't looking too bad right there. Luis Rodriguez and GPRE is Green Plains. And look at Green Plains running up there. Not familiar with that chemical company. Watt right here, WATT. And that's up a little bit as well. It's in a pretty good spot to continue to run up. Not looking too bad. Uroy is a uranium one. And that does look pretty good right there. Uroy, let's see what that wants to do tomorrow. That's looking pretty good there. NFE, New Fortress Energy, that looks real good too. That looks like it's going to run up there and setting up. That could be a big old run up there. So keep an eye on this good old NFE there. That's not looking bad. And ARM is looking strong, guys. And I had mentioned that at the end of the day in the Discord. So there you go. And I agree. That is looking pretty strong right there. And let's see, Michael Anthony. Did you go look on Fidelity at the amount of shares those two funds bought? Hold on. The amount of shares those two funds bought, then will shares run to 15 with no shares? That must be bought from shareholder. A, I don't even know what stock you're talking about. And B, I don't even know what the heck you're talking about, Michael Anthony. Luis Rodriguez, can you get that translated for us, please? Because what is he talking about? I have no idea. What two shares are we even look? I don't even know what you're talking about, Michael Anthony. I'm trying to figure this out right here. And we used to post it out at 8:39, so it was only a couple minutes ago. And I have no idea what the heck you're talking about, to be honest. Are you talking about maybe not? I have no idea. What ones is he talking about? I have no idea, guys. I'm completely lost. Michael Anthony, fill me in here. I don't know what you're talking about there. But anyway, fill me in so I have a clue. I'm not sure what you're even referencing, what stocks or what's going on. But Datadog right here, that one doesn't look bad. Good old DDOG. How about that one there, guys? That one looks pretty good. K-Dog. And look at Datadog. That could be your next dog right there. Your K-Dog. This is D-Dog. And you guys could be friends. But nah, this is looking really good right there. Datadog to run up. I'll be keeping an eye on that one right there. Looking pretty decent. And now is like the construction ETF right here. Let's see what that's up to. Home builders and suppliers. Not looking bad. Looks like it wants to run. Lowe's still running up there, and Home Depot still running up there. Oh, whoa. Home Depot looking really good, guys. I would say Home Depot might keep that momentum right there. And what is LDI doing? Pulling back a little bit right there. And let's see what else is going on. Boyle, we had mentioned that was running up pretty big today. And that is your natural gas one. And that one's hitting that 50 up there. But that did get cruising. And UEC, we definitely have on the old Michael Anthony list right there. So there you go with that. And what did he say right here? He said, it said, Lewis, stop looking at that random list of tickers and look at the institutional data on Fidelity for the stock we discussed, likely Tiger or UUU. And this is a sophisticated market mechanics lesson. Michael is teaching Lewis that stock prices don't just move because of charts. They move because of what is that word? Scarcity, whatever you say that word. But anyway, scarcity, I think you say it as how you say it. But that's so I'm telling you, that is hilarious right there. And is that what he's talking about? AI Tiger right here and UUU. Tiger just sitting down there. It's not ready yet, Michael Anthony, but you're right. It could get set up right here. And so there you go, your TIGR. And don't forget to post about Free and Joe Exotic, too. And he's the Tiger King. This is your Tiger King right here, TIGR. And what about your university safety products trying to bounce back up there? You did say it would bounce back up. And you did say you bought it down here like 383 for that bounce. So nice catch on that one there, Michael Anthony. So there you go with that. And let's see, what else do you guys want to look at? We just cruised right through that entire market in like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, like it was nothing. And yeah, we just pick out everything. Honestly, the market hasn't been that exciting. It is very volatile. Let's put it that way. It's extremely exhausting. I can be honest with you with that. But it hasn't been that crazy. You did have your PAVM and a couple other ones blasting off there. Obviously, we had our couple poppers there running up as well. but that is what's going on. And I think all eyes were obviously on Trump, the Greenland thing, all that good stuff today. So people were paying attention to all that. And I think that went well. So the market should continue to move up in the right direction there, Zach. And I hope you did you get out of your Rocket Mortgage there? And let's see what MDAI is up to right here for you. And that is, I think that'll curl off the MACD in a couple days there, Zach. So there you go. MDAI, Spectral AI. Not really that familiar. I know we've looked at it. It's a medical device company, but there you go with that. Not looking so bad right there. Let me see over here. MDAI. I mean, yeah, it's not looking terrible. I'll look at it tomorrow. It could have that roll off right there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And what the heck is this thing even talking about? Sidekick. I don't even know, but let me close that. Let me go in here real quick. I was going to just see what's on the scanner over here. And let's take a look. GEV right there. We were talking about this thing. Oh, no, I think we were talking about something else, but Walmart right there. Oh, that's not Walmart. Walmart's WMT. Waste management. Look at that bad boy. Trash business, good business right there, especially today. Wow, that thing looks like it's going to get ripping more tomorrow. Look at WM right there. That looks pretty good, I must say. What's MTB is a bank one, not looking too bad. EQT is something. I don't even know, but PNC is definitely a bank as well. And EXE, Expand Energy right there. There's Chipotle. That's looking pretty good to run up. UNH, guys. I'm telling you, that thing was looking good today. I know we looked at it. I think that does run up some more. Remember, I mentioned it last night, and that does look really good. And let's see, IVZ right here, not too bad. Keys, that looks pretty good. Keysight. And let's see, just jumping around now. CRL, not sure what that is. And let's see, STLD is a Steel Dynamics looking pretty good. So there you go, and a couple good ones right there. And let's see what's up with the nano caps right there. SOBR, that's trying to set up sober safe. Not looking too bad right there. And what's this one? Gee, I don't really like them things right there. ISD not looking too bad. FMST is that foremost clean energy. We do look at that. And let me see what else is going on. LCC, nothing. And this is what I do, guys. I just sit here and look at a ton of different stock charts and tell you exactly what's going on with tons of these things all the time. But there you go. And that's what's going on. Let me see what's happening over here if anything pops up for us. WT right there. Let's see. Wisdom Tree. Not even familiar with the old Wisdom Tree at all. And let's see what else is happening here. Let me see if Wisdom Tree pops back up. IRWD. Ironwood, that's not looking too bad right there. How about Form? FORM? That looks like it's been running up there, though. So there's a couple good ones for you guys right there. Let's see what else did he said earlier explicitly. He said bought Tiger at $8 with a target of 14 and very close to the 15. And he described it as longer term hold, which aligns with the time it takes for institutional buyers and play out and penny stocks. Watt, you, Roy, rarely have massive fidelity grade. That's true right there. So there you go. And what else you have right here? AREB. Didn't we look at that one? Isn't that oh no, that's a different one. I was confusing that with the coking coal one, whatever that is. And AREB, that looks like it was way down there to the pop way up there in the after hours. So look at that bad boy. And you can keep an eye on that. It's starting to move. That could be a good one in the morning, I would say, right there. And that roller was rolling down today, that's for sure. It started rolling back up. Wow, look at that thing. Good thing no one was shorting it down, I bet. If it popped back up to the 11, wow. High roller right there. Was taking a nice dip today. We did see that AURE right here. And that thing looks like it's popping up and jumping up in the after hours. Had a nice little curl right there. So there you go. There's a couple more good ones right there. The overnight futures are green, it looks like. And again, we do get the futures now, and it does look like Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq, Russell, your Nikki's up, Euro stocks, they're up. Your VIX is down to 1815. So there you go. Gold looks like it was pulling back a little bit as well at the moment. GLD right here, it does look like it's pulling back. And silver, too, could be pulling back at the moment. So there you go. and we'll obviously be keeping an eye on them as usual. And Nug and these guys, they were all gapped up, and then they pulled back pretty big there. That was a big pullback, that's for sure. REMX still up there today, and that is your ETF on your strategic metals and rare earths. So keep an eye on that. And what else is happening here? Luis Rodriguez on UUU had two different funds bought in the last 2 days. Like one fund bought on Tuesday, then today you can see another fund bought with low flow. Could change, could charge much higher right there. So you were dead on the money there, Luis Rodriguez, with UUUU. And that's exactly what he was talking about there for Michael Anthony. So there you go with that. And let's go ahead. Let me look. Anybody have anything updated on this weather right here? Holy cow, Michael Anthony. Where are you from? You're in Florida, right? Isn't that what you said? I guess it's cold down there. I think this is going to be like one crazy ass storm, unless it just like is played up like one of this crazy storm and then nothing really happens. But I have a feeling we could be getting some good snow and some good cold weather or something like that. That's what it looks like here. I mean, the cold weather is already here. It's freezing outside. It's so cold out there. It's ridiculous. And it's only going to get colder. And then, yeah, we're supposed to have all this precipitation rolling through. And whether it's a frozen mixture in like Georgia and all them southern states and Texas even, and states that just aren't prepared or ever see anything like this, they're about to freeze over. And then you're going to get like all kinds of snow and all kinds of cold weather and all kinds of craziness all throughout these other states and Michigan and Chicago and all through the middle of the country there. I guess the Mideastern and the Eastern East Coast is supposed to get smacked up pretty good. Obviously, Jersey and north of us is supposed to be pretty good with snow. Obviously, your New England area is going to get hit pretty heavy. So, but they're talking like if you're talking these kind of crazy temperatures, real cold temperatures, and these high winds and a lot of ice and stuff. They're talking possible power outages and a lot of snow. That's what you got to be really concerned about, because then you in this kind of weather, obviously in the heat, I mean, it's pretty deadly when in the summertime, if your air conditioner shuts off, it's not the best. It's really uncomfortable. It's dangerous for old people. Most of us will survive. But in the winter, I mean, your house, you will have some pipes start busting and stuff like that. If it gets too cold for too long and you can't keep the heat on or get your house warm enough, you will get things bursting there. So you definitely got to beware of that. And then it's just not fun to be trying to live when it's freezing cold and you don't have heat. So yeah, if power goes out and stuff, it's going to get crazy, guys. So just everybody get prepared for that. That's what they're talking about. So I thought I'd bring that up. No sports tonight, just some basketball and hockey games on. Nothing real crazy with the sporting world right now. Obviously, this weekend we'll have some good action going on. And I was wondering, these games this weekend, are they going to get affected? So I'd have to imagine that some of these games might be affected. And so, yeah, that might be an interesting thing. What happens if they can't really play the football games? And it's the Patriots and Broncos, I think they're in Denver. So they should be pretty clear. Oh, I guess not then. And then the other one's in Seattle. So I guess they're not going to be really affected too much from them two games. So they should be pretty good with them. I guess New England just has to fly out little early, so they'll probably be flying out already so that they can make sure they can beat all that stuff. And then, yeah, the Los Angeles, Seattle, they're good to go. And Denver's already out there, and they got some snow or whatever, but they're fine. And there you go. So I guess the football games will be perfectly fine. And what is it, the Pro Bowl next week, and then the Super Bowl the first weekend of or just whatever it is, the second. When is that thing? February what? I don't even know. February 8th. Is the Super Bowl. So interesting. That's coming up already. Then it'll be Valentine's Day. And before we know it, it'll be St. Patrick's Day. But first, we got to get through this crazy storm that's supposed to hit us. And that's going to be like this weekend. So that'll be interesting. The market's very interesting. I thought I would just tie them both together since the market's pretty volatile and this weather looks like it's going to be pretty volatile. How about this SanDisk thing? This thing doesn't want to stop either, guys. MU and SanDisk, they just don't have a top. They just want to keep running and running and running. So keep an eye on that thing as well. Obviously, it's an expensive one, but it keeps on going up there. That's for sure. So keep an eye on that tomorrow for a little momentum play. What else do we have going on here? I think we got to everything, to be completely honest with you. Let's see if we see anything crazy. We've looked at Intel in the video right there. NAMM, that was running up there today. It's already busted up, so I'm not sure. You can look at it in the morning. ONDS, that could run back up there tomorrow. We'll have to look at it tomorrow to see what it wants to do. Plug might plug away right there. Netflix could run up a little bit higher there tomorrow, or run back up a little bit more tomorrow, I should say. And ASST still down. I don't know about that one. Look at this thing. IBRX was running. There's that amaze right there. And yeah, that's not looking too bad. So we'll definitely be watching that. We went over it tonight. And let's see, what else are we looking at over here? This one's fairly new. SLGB. Smart Logistics. There's that GITS. I had that on the night note. Data Vault. That could be getting set back up, guys. DVLT. And look at DNN right there. That Denson Mines. I used to talk about that thing. Rich Tech Robotics looking pretty good right there. And we were talking about this yesterday. It was down. It run up recently. There's your IWM right there. And that is kind of cruising up there as well. We were saying it looked good. There's Ford right there, not looking too bad. MU obviously looking like a monster. And there you go. So that's what's happening over there. Let's just see what's happening on this side. If anything grabs our attention, there's that PAVM and that GITS NAM right there. BOXL, that was running today. And Roma right there was cruising along as well. There's that Pineapple Financial right there. That was running yesterday. It ran up a little bit more. It wasn't the after hours, I forget, but it was definitely running. At some point, there's that Gluco track right there. That looks like it's trying to set up right there, guys. GCTK. Lucid was running pretty big today and then came straight down. So you do have to get right out of these things. Look at Gluco track right here, GCTK. That's not looking too bad. At least it didn't in the regular hours. Let's see what it looks like in the after hours here. GCTK, it did run up. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. Looked a little better there as we were going by it. And there you go. That's them guys right there. What else is happening over here? Let me see. Michael Anthony said, let's see. Overnight futures green. Latest estimates 3 to 5 inches in New York City. That'll be a pretty good one right there for New York City. That's for sure. And UUU close at 469 and up to 503 in after hours. And took a stake on UUU today. 630. I don't know what you're saying about that. Put it up there, but I'll read the rest. Doug, with very low float, with 2 funds bought shares in the last 2 days, that shares could charge up with no shares to be bought unless you buy from a shareholder, according to Michael Anthony. So he's all hopped up on this UUU. It's a safety one, and he obviously likes it. Universal safety products right here, and it did take that big dip. Michael Anthony does like it, so there you go. He said if the shares fell to $8 is where major support should be, that I would buy more shares. Are you talking about the same one? If it dips down to 8, isn't it like at 469? I don't know. I'm completely confused, Michael Anthony. How do you confuse me so often there? What are you talking about if it fell down to 8? Are you still talking about UUUU? Are you talking about something else? What's Tiger at here? Oh, if Tiger falls down there, you just jump around, Michael. I don't even know what you're talking about there. So if the Tiger falls to 8, is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure, but I think it might be what you're talking about there. But anyway, there you go. There's your Tiger King right there. And again, support Joe Exotic because I do feel bad. That guy's in prison. And there you go, everybody. I'd say there's not a whole lot going on. We can cruise right through this show pretty fast right now because it is not much happening there. When's Beyond Meat going to rock and roll? It's probably getting set up like we were talking about, K-Dog. I don't know if it's going to be this week, to be honest with you, but it's not looking bad. It's definitely got that bullish trend up there, and it should try to get rolling back up. Like I said, you got to get back in this channel, back up here, and then you can get cruising again for Beyond Meat. So I will keep an eye on it. I did write it down there. I thought I did. So, yeah, K-Dog, we'll keep an eye on that. And just remind me, I'll keep looking at it for you. That's for sure. And that's all I really have tonight, guys. Not a whole lot going on. That's what our market looks like. Again, it should be pretty good there tomorrow. Things look like they're bouncing. SPY Qs look pretty good. IWM looks pretty nice. Gold's falling down as Greenland tensions ease. Stocks look like they're moving back up, so that's a good sign. And we'll see what's going on with everything else in the morning. So, and Michael Anthony said, Doug, the headlines on UUU at the top of the page on UUU? I didn't look at anything, Michael Anthony. What does it say? Adult. Oh, it says, I thought that said adult. What's that say? AULT. Alt-led investors amend filing revealed 13.7% stake increase, sparking the 19% surge right there. Is that what you were talking about, Michael Anthony? And so, yeah, there you go. And they did have news tonight. And what does it say? What's that word? AULT, alt-led? Is that what that says? I don't even know. Is that a company? I have no idea what the heck it's even talking about. Somebody, some kind of investors, I guess, huh? They took a stake, set 13.7% stake increase in this company. Universal safety products. Everyone loves their universal safety products. They're absolutely amazing. We'll do a commercial for them. Here you go, Michael Anthony. Absolutely incredible safety products there. I don't even know what the company does or what they even sell, but I'm just going to say absolutely the best universal safety products ever. And that's based off of just what Michael Anthony's saying, because he's like all about the company. So if Michael Anthony loves it, it must be great. There you go. You should cut that commercial up, Michael Anthony. Send it over to UUU, and they'd probably play it on their website for you. But there you go. That is the firm name that you took a stake in. You know what he's talking about. I took a stake in this one. When did I take a stake in this thing? I don't even remember buying this thing. I played this one, LW. Bought a couple other ones. I don't remember buying this one, Michael Anthony. So I'm not sure what the hell you're talking about. But anyway, you bought UUU or UUU, 3 U's. We were buying. I bought the one that had 4 U's, as a matter of fact. I had bought this one the other day when it was running up there. So I had that one. You had UUU. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but there you go, everybody. I would say if everybody else is as confused as I am, and they playing it on Fidelity, yeah, they play that commercial right on Fidelity for sure. So there you go. I did a free commercial for UUU and the best safety products ever, according to Michael Anthony, because it's universal safety products. What did I even do? Now you got me interested here. We got to check this website out and see. Now we got these guys that are making sandwiches, so I don't know. We got to see how safe they're going to be with the sandwich. I guess they're trying to protect themselves from this butter knife right here or the cream cheese. I'm not exactly sure, but we got to look into this and view the product. With cutting edge technology and a track record in home security of over 50 years, we make precision instruments for the home that you can rely on. Does anyone still understand what they sell? Because I have no idea. Let's look at this. How the hell did they get that out of that? I mean, holy cow! I had no idea they were gonna have. I had no idea they were gonna have smoke detectors. I might have used to order stuff from this company. I used to be a fire inspector for like over 2 decades, and had to order fire stuff all the time. But I don't know. There was a universal company. I don't think it was this company though. That's why I was like, huh? When it just popped up, I was like, that was odd. But anyway, they have smoke detectors. These are 10-year carbons and smoke detectors right there. So that's what they have. Smoke alarms and carbon. Never really universal. I'm not even sure if I'm familiar with their product right there. But anyway, that's what they sell. And I would have never guessed off of what they had. And I guess they have some other. Well, that's bad. These are all like just smoke detectors. Is that all they sell, Michael Anthony? I was expecting like crazy safety equipment here. Let me see. Now we got to go and check. They have all that. Let me go back to the home products. Is that all they have? 2-in-1 smokes, 3-in-1 combos, carbons, and all alarms. That's all they have. They just sell smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, Michael Anthony. That's basically all they do right there. And but that is pretty important stuff right now and all the time. So yeah, let's see. What do they recommend? Yep, your carbon and smoke in a hallway, anywhere near a bedroom, in your living room area. Why would you have a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide detector in your kitchen? That is absolutely wrong right there. And you would want one in your basement, absolutely. I don't know if your carbon's actually um they're not really, they changed the fire codes, and it depends what state you live in. All your fire codes are a little bit different, but they changed the codes so damn often. Before, they'd make you put them in the hallways and not in the basement, where generally your HVAC unit is. And again, your carbon monoxide is going to come from, if your heater, the what the heck's that thing called that cracks? I can't even think of the name of it. But anyway, inside the exchange will crack inside your heater exchange, and that's what will let out carbon monoxide. But generally goes through your ductwork, but still will leak out, and that's why you would put carbon monoxide detectors down in the basement in case it leaked out. It could pick it up. But yeah, you want them near your bedrooms and in your hallways. I honestly like I like them in the hallways and in the bedrooms. If you ever do your hard wires, they're going to put your hard wire smokes in your bedrooms and your hallways anyway. So, what else do they sell, Michael Anthony? I don't see anything else, but I'm just giving you guys a little lesson on smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, because I'm very I know a lot about that. I was a fire inspector and fire official for over 2 decades. And so I've done plenty of it. I know all about the codes and the rules and everything in that nature. So, yeah, I'm just giving you a little lesson on where to put your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, the best place, but absolutely not in the kitchen. You don't put them in the kitchen. You should have a fire extinguisher in there, not a smoke alarm or a carbon monoxide detector. That's pretty useless. And you know why? Every single person is going to take the batteries out of them. They're never going to work, because as soon as you cook and it starts smoking in there, it's going to go off. So you don't really necessarily need one in your kitchen, but you would have one in your hallway leading up to your kitchen if that's the way your house is. This one don't have a hallway, obviously, but there you go. And there's a little breakdown of your smoke detectors and where you should be putting them. So if anybody, you had any questions or ever have any fire safety questions, feel free to reach out to me. I definitely know that industry really, really well. And yeah, I could tell you exactly what you want to do for all that good stuff. And there you are with that. What else do they have? Where to buy? Let's see. They're at Home Depot. So they are in Home Depot. I am familiar with the company then, because I was going to say, I know I've seen these things. So there you go. They sell them at Walmart, Menards, and Universal Security, obviously. So I don't know what else they sell. All alarms. I mean, they do sell some other kind of alarms, I guess, but that's what it looks like to me, Michael Anthony. So there's a good commercial on Universal U. So you can send that to them. How about that? I have no idea that we'd be talking about this company so much, Michael Anthony, but there you go. I hope everybody enjoyed that commercial for U. And obviously, it's not Fire Safety Month because that's in October, but it's always Fire Safety Month. It should be that every day, to be honest with you. So make sure you keep up on your smoke detectors. Make sure they're all working, and your carbon monoxide detectors. They are very important. And I'll give you another very important thing right here. While we're talking about the company right here, I'll click back on their website, give them another free commercial. And so where was that thing at? Where was that house? I don't even remember where it was. I think it was possibly in here somewhere. I don't really remember. Doesn't really matter. But I'll tell you something else very important is if it snows and you get a lot of snow, make sure you go out to your outside of your house and clear off wherever your heater and stuff, wherever your discharges are. And the other one that's very important, guys, is your dryer vent. Make sure that's not covered up and you're running your dryer. You will get carbon monoxide right back into your house right there. So in most people's dryers, I mean, obviously, if you have an electric one, I have a gas dryer. So yeah, you got to make sure that's vented out, but also make sure that the snow is not blocking that. So make sure all your pipes coming out of your house are usually vent pipes. Make sure they're nice and clear if you do get some snow. Usually they probably put your heater vent pipe up a little bit higher, but a lot of times your duct or your dryer vent is kind of low a lot of times, depending on where you're, if you have a basement or your layout of your house, obviously. But just giving you a little safety heads up right there too, with the big storm coming, because you can see a lot of people. You see a lot of things go wrong like that too, and people just don't know to go out and make sure they're cleared out. So yeah, if they're backed up, you'll definitely have issues. You'll burn out some. You could burn out the things, but more dangerously, you could have carbon monoxide or start a fire. So keep that in mind as well if you get a ton of snow near your house, to make sure you go out around the perimeter of your house and keep all your exhaust pipes cleared of snow. So there you go. Look at that little safety show right here, Michael Anthony. Now that we're talking about universal safety products, and they are a smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector company, and I am kind of familiar with that. I am familiar with I don't know the company, but I do know their products, being a inspector for that long. So I was like, is that universal? And yeah, that's definitely, like I said, I used to order. I think they do sell fire spray. I know they do. They actually sell the fire spray. I'm pretty sure this is the same company. And yeah, when you check your fires, smoke detectors, the way you go in and check them, you get a fire spray, and it comes in a can. You just spray it. I probably have a can laying around. I'll have to pull one out and show you guys in a different show. But yeah, you just spray that thing, and then the smoke detector will go right off, and then you can fan it away so that it stops right there. But that's how you really test it to make sure it works, because a lot of people don't realize smoke detectors are very fragile. I always say they're almost as fragile as glass. You can't really do painting near them. That's why they give you like that little cover. It looks like a little shower cap. If you're going to be painting or anything, you're supposed to take them down, or obviously cover them up or anything like that. Paint will definitely destroy them. But you got to realize the little holes, there's little tiny holes that allow the smoke to go in for the sensor. And if they get clogged with anything, obviously over time they get clogged. Now they make these things with 10-year batteries, and that's the code. You got to have one with a 10-year seal lithium battery. And yeah, they make the carbons, the duals like that. They make everything like that now. So they are pretty good, I'm not going to lie. And I don't know if they really all last 10 years. You test them out after 3, and sometimes they can be broken. If you drop one, they will be broken. So they are very fragile. I know that. That's for sure. And like I said, I tested. I can't even tell you how many smoke detectors I've tested in 2 decades. Over 2 decades, I did fire inspections and home inspections and all that good stuff. So yeah, I did plenty of them. Trust me. I have the fire inspector, I had the fire official license. So that's the highest one you can have. And so, yeah, I definitely know about fire safety. That's for sure. And all kinds of good safety. So, yeah, universal safety products. Definitely familiar with the smoke detectors and the products that they do have. So that is a little safety lesson for you guys, whether you liked it or not. I don't know, but there you go. But yeah, again, really important, if it does snow and you get a lot of snow, just make sure you keep them exhaust pipes cleared and your dryer vent clear as well, because that will back up into your house and definitely cause some damage for sure. So let me see what else you guys are talking about over here before I hop off and call it a night. Hold on, you guys are typing away. Consistency Spike, I didn't even see you hop on. I was just sitting there talking about safety, and you guys are typing away all kinds of good stuff from the heat and air. And I don't even know DLO. You can buy DLO now. According to Michael Anthony, he gave you guys the blessing now. DLO could be down there. It's definitely at that support line, and it could be a good one right there. Could be a decent entry, I would say. And let me see. They have plug in to plug your items. And what the heck are you talking about? Anyway, they sell all their stuff. We were talking about universal safety. And let's see, Consistency Spike, CHKP. What is that one right here? Checkpoint Software. That one's dipping down pretty good. Let me see. CHKP. Yeah, that one looks like it's kind of dipping. It could try to start to curl, but it's not doing it yet, and it's hitting that bottom area. I don't know if I'd be chasing that one just yet. They look like they had a little bit of news today, but nothing real crazy looking to me. Erie right here, ERIE. Now that one looks like it could be getting set up. I say that maybe next week could be a better time for that. Watch for any more dips on Erie, and then that one could be a pretty decent one. Let me just see right here. And yeah, it's not too bad. Like I said, just watch if it wants to dip down a little bit. It could get set up right there. And let's see, hype. Let's see what that one's doing. You had good old CHKP Erie and hype right here. Let's see. What the heck am I spelling? HYPE. I don't see anything for hype. Is it supposed to be hyper? This one, hyper fine, possibly. That one looks good right there. I would say that's a good one. If that's what you're talking about, I'm not sure what hype is. That looks like there's a coin that's hype, but hyper right there looks pretty good there. Consistency spikes. If you're looking at that one, not sure if it was a typo or not, but there you go. And why, or you're only looking at only part of what they sell. What else do they sell, Michael? They don't have anything else on the website. I went through this already. What else do they sell? It says products. Look, that's all their products, Michael Anthony. I hit view products, and that's all they have. What are you talking about? I can't find anything else. You're talking about battery backups and let's see. Yeah, these are just battery backup carbons and smokes. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Michael Anthony. But it just looks like they sell pretty much smokes and carbons there for the most part. So yeah, there you go with that, and that's your three U's, not four. And let's see the Michael Anthony strategy cheat sheet. If cheat sheet can't even talk. Holy cow! If you want to trade like Michael Anthony, follow these three rules derived from today's comments. Here you go, guys. This is going to be great. I'll even put it up for you guys. This is going to be good. The stink bid. Never buy to rip. Identify deep support, e.g., 87 or 6780 for KO, and set limit order there. Number two, the real product rule. Only buy companies that sell physical necessities, food, energy, wood, or gold. And number three is the fidelity check before buying a small stock. You check if institutional funds are buying. If not, it's just a gamble. That is a perfect three rule thing right there for Michael Anthony Luis Rodriguez. I love it. That is perfect, Michael Anthony. And they sell plugs that you plug your TV into, that any type of device to give energy. Okay. Sounds good to me. And you must keep looking that you're looking at the, what am I looking at the right? You're nuts, Michael Anthony. You are crazy. You find it and post the link that they have different stuff on that website. I think I know how to navigate around the website, and they definitely don't have any other products besides carbon and smoke detectors. I mean, maybe they do sell them, but they ain't on the website. That's for sure. Anyway, we're loving this company tonight. I mean, they got like an hour commercial tonight. The filing disclosed a recent purchase of 300,000 shares at $6 each from JLA Realty Associates financed via 1.8 million and 8% promissory notes. So I'll tell you, Michael Anthony, he knows a lot. I can't even read all this, Michael. I'm just going to pop that up. Somebody read that, please, because I can't read all this, Michael Anthony. You know that. That's way too long and too much for me to read. What does that even say? Initial closing of 95,000 shares and something else. And then he wrote this, the public disclosure today amplified investor interest and all that good stuff. So, and I'm missing them that play whatever. So anyway, Michael Anthony, guys, he loves you. This company right here, he's all about it. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the new mascot. Michael Anthony, they're probably going to name him mascot of the year tomorrow for you. And he is a big cheerleader for it. If you guys are interested and any questions about you can surely shoot Michael Anthony a text message. He will respond. You may need Luis Rodriguez to translate for you, but there you go. You. How about that, Michael Anthony? You like that? We got to clip. I mean, we got to clip the whole show and just send it to them. They'll be like, "What the hell are you guys doing on this show? This show's ridiculous. You guys are nuts." Anyway, mRNA's Moderna right here. That was flying. Look at that thing there, Michael Anthony. Now that's cruising. What's Pfizer doing tonight? That one's not doing too much. That doesn't look too bad right there for Pfizer. That could get moving, guys. So there you go. UNH, I'm telling you, that one was looking really good yesterday. We should have been playing that one. I did mention it yesterday, and it was looking great. How about that MOH? That was running up. And Oscar right here, still dipping down a little bit, but maybe that'll be a little dip and rip look. And if you're going to watch TV, then you plug your TV plug into the wall to get power to watch TV. I understand that part, but I still don't understand what they do with TVs or power or plugs. I don't see anything there for Michael Anthony. They just have carbon monoxide detectors and smoke detectors. And I promise you, you can't plug your TV into one of them. They don't even have a spot on them to plug your TV into. And you generally don't plug any of that into, but they do sell wall carbon monoxide. They do sell the ones that go plugged into the electrical outlet. If you did want one of them, you could get one of them. But mostly you don't get smoke detectors. They're all battery operated. And again, today they want you to have the 10-year sealed lithium batteried ones. And so that's what you're pretty much getting. But they will let you have one plug-in carbon monoxide detector sometimes, but it depends on your fire inspector and what state and all that good stuff. But that's about all you're plugging in with that stuff that I see, Michael Anthony. So anyway, there you go. And I hope everybody got a little knowledge on smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, where to put them, and to make sure that you clear your exhaust pipes outside of your house if it snows. So a little safety lesson tonight. If you didn't learn anything else, take that and you learn that tonight. So SanDisk, this thing's a monster, guys. It keeps running just like MU. So, and not MUK, it's MU right there. And this thing's just blasting off. So there you go. And that is what the market looks like, everybody. So I must say that's a pretty fun market review and a great commercial tonight for Universal Safety Products. So if anybody needs a new smoke detector or carbon monoxide detector, be sure to visit your Home Depot or your local Walmart, Menards, or your Universal Security Supply House, and you can go pick up a new 2-in-1 combo or a 3-in-1 combo, which is what is a 3-in-1 combo anyway? Your smoke, fire, smoke and fire. Okay. Usually they just do smoke detectors and carbon. Now they do a fire. It has like a heat sensor in it as well. So your smoke obviously goes off when the smoke, and then your fire will have a heat one, and your carbon monoxide, obviously. And carbon's pretty important, guys, because that's odorless and it will kill you pretty quick. You won't even know it hit you. So you'll just feel all weird. And next thing you know, you'll be out cold. So yeah, carbon monoxide is very important one. And them carbon monoxide detectors, they go off. They are super loud. I'll tell you what, they're louder than your smoke detectors. That's for sure. They warn you. And when a carbon goes off, it's a little bit of a different sound than your smoke detector as well. So there you go. And these are hardwired ones right there. So they get hardwired in. If you have new construction done, that's the code. You got to have them hardwired in. If you have an older house, though, you can have a battery operated one. But like I said, if you end up pulling permits for anything to upgrade anything, they're going to make you upgrade your electric, and they're going to make you upgrade these, and generally run them, like I said, hardwired in every bedroom, hallway, and in the basements and areas like that. So there you go. That's your little info on smoke detectors, as well as carbon monoxide detectors. And like I said, yeah, that's all of your info there. They're all 10-year batteries now. They talk to you. You can even program them what room it is. There's a smoke in this room or whatever the hell you want. So yeah, they have all kinds of different ones. So there you go. That's a great little commercial for Universal Safety Products. And there you go, everybody. So hope you guys enjoyed a little safety info. We did a little weather report as well. And we did talk about some stocks, I think, but I would say there are some good ones tomorrow. Rich Tech Robotics looking pretty good. MU looking really good right there, obviously. SNDK, that's going to continue to run. AMD is looking pretty good to continue up tomorrow. ExxonMobil not looking bad right there for the morning. And UNH not looking too bad. So there are plenty of opportunities right there, that's for sure. That Sterling still looking pretty good. Nick's looking like it wants to set up. We'll watch it tomorrow, see if it finally wants to run. And that Galt's getting set up as well. So there you go, guys. I would say that's a bunch of good ones right off the bat that I just kind of jotted down right in front of me. And that waste management was looking pretty good. So anyone wants to take out the trash, you can take it out with waste management there tomorrow, because that looks like it might run up there. And there you go. They have electrical devices, door chimes, ventilation products, exhaust fans, ground fault circuits, and GFCIs. and various electrical accessories, but I don't see any of that on there. But anyway, that's what they have. Michael Anthony, thank you for the update. And that is your UUU commercial for this evening. And everybody else, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what other company you guys want to do a commercial about this week, and we certainly can do an hour show about a commercial, I guess, because we certainly just spent a lot of time on it. But I guess it was pretty fun. I can't complain. We did a whole hour and a half here, and I think 45 minutes was on that stock ticker alone. So there you go, Michael Anthony. What influenced the show there? Thank you. Appreciate you hanging out as always. And of course, Sam and Laptop Travel was hanging out as usual. And K-Dog will keep an eye on Beyond there. And Zach will look at that MDAI. I hope you did sell that Rocket Mortgage and locked in those profits. And Michael Anthony, of course, you're always hanging out. Consistency Spike. We'll check out them. And like I said, I wasn't sure what that hype was, if it was HYPR, if that was a typo, but that one was looking pretty good right there. And that is what it looks like, guys. So we'll be on at 7 a.m. You guys know that. And then I'll be on in the Discord around 9:15 with Rhett. Not sure if Laptop Travel will be joining us. He was on in there today, and we did the Benzinga show as well. That was a lot of fun. And we were having a good old time. We had some great stock calls as usual. I won't say we do it every day perfectly, but we do it pretty well on a consistent basis. So that is what's going on, guys. And thanks again for hanging out. Be sure to follow along. Hit the like button on your way out of here and follow on YouTube, Instagram, and all that other good stuff, of course, and X. And yeah, that's what we have for you for tonight. So all information presented here is for educational informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Enjoy your evening. Get ready for that snowstorm, guys. Be prepared for that. And then obviously go check your smoke detectors tomorrow and your carbon monoxide. Even though it's not October, it's still a good idea. I know they tell you to check them in October, but you should probably check them a couple times a year, to be completely honest with you. They can save your life. I'll be checking mine tomorrow since we were talking about it. I actually wrote a note, so I do try to check mine pretty often because I was a fire inspector. So I figured if my house burnt down and they didn't work, it would be pretty bad look, I would think. So I try to keep up on them as well. And there you go. And they might have all that, but they don't have the Michael Anthony translator. You're right about that, Luis Rodriguez. We might have to contact UUU, since we did a good commercial for them, and ask them if they want to invest in the Michael Anthony translator, since he's like their biggest cheerleader there. He's like what is that? What the heck is a like the Eagles guy? What the heck are they called? A mascot. I couldn't think of that word. He's their mascot right there for Michael Anthony. So there you go, everybody. Go enjoy your night. I can't think of the word mascot. I think it's time to hop off here. I'll be on at 7 a.m. We'll see what this market looks like. It should be looking pretty good. Bitcoin's at 90,000 right now, as a matter of fact, according to the Stock Cube. There you go. And that's exactly what it says. So there you are, everybody. So crypto looking a lot better. Market looked a lot better today. We had a nice dip, and then it ripped right back up. So it looks like it should continue its way up there tomorrow. We'll find out what's going to be popping there in the morning, and we'll take advantage of the best opportunities. So you guys join at 7 a.m. We'll tear apart the market, see what we're getting into, and then I'll be on in the Discord. I'll put the night note in there, and you guys enjoy your night. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Enjoy your night, and I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night, everybody.